So I've got some pretty big plans for today, and really they're not going to require that much effort. My ultimate goal for the video is to kill the Wither. There's only a few things really that I can think of that I need Nether stars for. For one, I'd like to give my Quarry the Silk Touch upgrade finally, and two, I'd like to start upgrading my Blood Altar again, which does require beacons, but I'm hoping I can get these things done in a fairly short amount of time. Alright, so I've made a couple of extra utilities users. I got some item conduits, made a bunch of filters. I've got an ender tank, some buckets, and my alchemy table, and my apprentice blood orb. So I'm going to go back here and clear out a room so I can start generating some obsidian. I think the people who are familiar with Ender.io probably know where I'm going with this. So the first step in killing the Wither is making a whole bunch of this reinforced obsidian, which is witherproof. So it requires obsidian and a whole bunch of this dark steel, which requires obsidian itself. So I'm going about this a different way than most would, I think. I'm going to be using the blood magic way of creating obsidian, which is through the alchemy table. It does require LP, but that's fine. It doesn't require that much, really. So I'll put one user here, and then one user right on top of the other one. And I'm just going to set my alchemy table right in the back here. Perfect. Then I'm going to branch some conduits coming out of the alchemy table, as well as the users. So in this top user here, this is going to be the one that is picking up lava. So I want this to insert an output. I'm going to put an item filter in there that's whitelisting buckets, so nothing else goes in there. Then on extract, I need to whitelist lava buckets. And I'll do the same for the bottom one, except on extract, I want to whitelist water buckets. And then again on inserts, whitelist regular buckets. So in the alchemy table, on this one here, I will insert everything and extract only buckets so that the buckets can go back into the users. But we want to make sure we set this to round robin mode so it takes turns sending buckets to both of these users. And then you need to get your Yeta wrench out for this one. On this one, we will only be extracting, and that's what's going to extract the obsidian. And we'll turn this on, say, brown channel is fine. And I actually forgot something. I forgot to make an ender chest. And the ender chest will only insert, and we'll set that to the brown channel. Okay, I had to go grab some obsidian, and I'm going to whitelist obsidian on this one. All we got to do is make an infinite water source here, and put one bucket in this one, and another one in this one. But if I put the ender tank in front of this one, you can see lava went in there. Now if I put my apprentice blood orb in, it'll start making obsidian. Those buckets will go right back in. And the whole process just keeps going infinitely, pretty much. The only limitation is how much LP you have in your blood magic network, which I think I have quite a bit. Yeah, about 50 LP per obsidian block, which is okay with me. I mean, that's pretty much nothing. So yeah, that's awesome. The reason I made this room so big is because eventually I think I'm just going to build a whole bunch of random things like this in here. Maybe I'll put some cobble works in here eventually, which will be pretty cool. So while that's going, we'll get started doing some other stuff. Okay, so while we're making obsidian, I'm going to go ahead and try to upgrade my blood altar to a tier 4 altar, which the first step in doing that is to create a bound blade. Okay, I've brought my Hellfire Forge downstairs. I'll go ahead and set it there, that's fine. And we need to make some more reagents. So redstone, glowstone, nuggets, and gunpowder, plus your gem. Another binding reagent. Set that down there, put that in, and then we'll put our sword in. Got myself a bound blade. And what I'll do is I'll just go in here into my Endermini farm real quick. Just kill some Enderminis with my sword. And eventually we should get some things called blood shards. Oh, see, got my first weak blood shard. These are used to create large bloodstone bricks. So I think the next tier blood altar requires 28 runes. But before I do that, I'm going to upgrade my incense altar with some stone brick paths. We just set these along like this. Now we're at 120% bonus. So I think it's actually 56 blank slates that we'll need, so I'll just do the old hopper trick here. Put a whole bunch of stone in there. And somebody told me that if you wait for the flame to go out in the incense altar, that's when you'll benefit the most. So if we wait for this to go out, we should get more LP that way. Okay, we should be coming up on complete here. There we go, 56 blank slates, awesome. There's all the blank runes. Just replace all of these real quick. And then we'll put our bloodstone bricks on the top here of these little pillars. And that should form a tier 4 blood altar. Yeah, look at that, tier 4, awesome. So the reason I wanted to make a tier 4 altar is because this ritual diviner that can place dusk runes requires elemental inscription tools, which requires the tier 4 altar. So before we make this one, we need to make the first tier. Okay, I've got a gas tier, lapis, obsidian, and magma cream. Let's get those processing in the altar. From a gas tier, we have the air inscription tool. And from the lapis, we got the water version. And then earth. And then fire. So with all these, plus some diamonds and a stick, we have the basic ritual diviner. And with this, we can cycle through all of the rituals, none of which I'm really interested in at the moment. And that's kind of why I wanted to make the next tier and work off that one instead of making some of these simple rituals. The ritual I'm mainly interested in is the one that kind of acts as a pump, so that we can pump lava and keep our obsidian generator supplied. I'm going to put my coal in here. I think 1 coal plus 2000 LP will get dusk inscription tools. But we need some demonic slates for this, and to make demonic slates, it's pretty simple. It's just another one of those slate to slate crafting recipes where you got the blank slate, and then I think it's the reinforced slate, then imbued, and then demonic, I believe. Not that complicated. There we have them, the demonic slates, and then craft those with the previous tier ritual diviner plus all of these get the Dusk Ritual Diviner. Then I'm going to scroll through and select the Hymn of Siphoning Ritual. And if we hover over our Ritual Diviner and hold Shift, we'll see that it requires 8 total runes. And runes are fairly simple to craft, actually. So I do need some obsidian for the ritual stones, but check this out. We've already got 506 obsidian before we finally ran out of lava. I'm gonna have a solution to that problem here in a second. I'm very excited, actually. Okay, so there we have 12 ritual stones, and then we need 1 master ritual stone. And then we have our 8 ritual stones here. But we do need one more thing. First of all, need a lava crystal here. Then we need to convert that into an activation crystal. Okay, there we have it. Okay, so there's actually a few more things that I need. I need a fluid tank, need a liquid monitor, need some of my pressurized fluid conduits, as well as some insulated redstone conduits. And of course, one more ender tank. So what I'll do is I'll just place my master ritual stone, say like right there. And if we hover over the ritual stone, we'll see where our runes will be placed. And if we just right click, hold right click, it'll place our runes for us automatically. Right click with your activation crystal, make sure it's bound to you. And that ritual is now good to go. Except that it's not. Okay, I got my bucket. Gonna just snatch up a bucket of lava. Gonna put my fluid tank right above this. Put my lava in it. And we'll see it's now filling up with lava. And it should be replacing the lava with stone as well, to kind of reduce the lag. So what I need to do is make sure that at least one bucket always stays in this tank. So I'll just put liquid monitor right on top of it. Say that when the inventory is more than something like 30%. Okay, first, I'm gonna put some redstone conduits branching off the back here. Make sure that you connect your conduits to the liquid monitor. Just disconnect this. And then I'll set both of these to a strong signal, just in case. And then set pressurized fluid conduit going into the ender tank. Set to insert always, and then we'll extract from here when given a redstone signal. So what should be happening here is whenever this tank gets below a certain amount, it will stop extracting so that we always have at least one bucket of lava in here, so the ritual knows when to suck up lava. So I believe this uses about 25 LP for every block of lava, which isn't bad compared to one of the rituals, which requires 500 RF, or not RF, but LP for one bucket of lava. So I think this is pretty good. I think we'll be good on lava for a while, assuming that I don't forget about my LP. And then our obsidian generator is working fine once again. Perfect. Now I think I only need about 11 reinforced obsidian. So, I mean, really shouldn't need to make too much dark steel, but may as well get to making that real quick. So dark steel requires coal powder, obsidian, and iron. And it's gonna take a bit to make each dark steel ingots, and this is with an octadic capacitor as well, so definitely a big downside to this. So while those are getting crafted, let's go ahead and go get our wither skulls from the Nether. Check this out. I found a loot chest with a purple rune and a steadfast rune in it. Eventually, when we get into bees, that will definitely be a big help. Not quite sure what the runes do yet. Don't make fun of me, please. Okay, after hunting down wither skeletons, I have not gotten one wither skull. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a powered wither skeleton spawner to kind of make this go by a little bit quicker, because I'm having kind of a rough time here. The the dark steel has finished long ago. I've got 122 of it. That should be plenty. Need to make some more solarium here. Need another Z-Logic controller. A couple more vibrant crystals. And then the powered spawner itself. And then one soul vial, which I'm going to use to capture my wither skeleton. Also going to need one more spawner, so I'm just going to grab that blaze spawner. That should work perfect. Wither skeleton get. And then going to soul bind that to the broken spawner. 15 XP. There we go. With the addition of an octadic capacitor, finally got it to finish. That one took forever. So we got a broken wither skeleton spawner. I just realized I already had a soul vial in my soul binder, so I didn't need to make a brand new one. But again, combine that with that, and we'll get a wither skeleton powered spawner. I already ate a bunch of solidified experience, so I'm good to go. Now, just because, just gonna set my spawner here and kill as many skeletons as possible. Set that to active without signal. 320 RF per tick, that's not bad. 3,200, still not bad. Just need to make sure this doesn't get out of hand. Okay, they've trapped me. Okay, we got 6 wither skeleton skulls. That's perfect. We can fight the wither at least twice. So first of all, we need to make our reinforced obsidian at last. So I think this is 4 crafting operations of the dark iron bars. We should be able to make 11 of these, I think. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. 11. That's all we need. So this is a very cheesy way to fight the wither. This is actually the funnest way for me to fight the wither, is to cheese it. Once again, another design I've stolen. This was actually from the Feed the Beast subreddit. Basically, it's just built like this. And there we go, that's it. That will keep the wither contained. And you build it like this. This will work. I'm actually going to use my sentient sword. And then after he's all the way down, I'm going to start using, well, I'm going to use my bound blade first. And then after he's all the way down on health, we'll use the sentient sword so we get a whole bunch of will. And I just noticed I do not have my gem on me, so I'm going to go get that. Okay, let's do this. There he is. He's stuck. He's gonna blow up. And he's still stuck. Now we just sit here and hit him like this. So we got our Nether Star. Doesn't seem like I got any will for that. We'll fight the wither one more time, and we'll see if fighting him the whole time with the sentient sword helps. Okay, wow, it did. Maybe I didn't have my sentient sword bound to me when I first tried it, but look at that. We went from 614 to 755 will. So yeah, that's crazy. If you've got something like this set up and you're looking to get a whole lot of will, definitely kill a few wither. So we've got 2 nether stars now. Amazing. We can finally upgrade to the Silk Touch Quarry. So starting off again, Shape card, the Quarry card, the Silk Quarry, and then the Clearing Silk Quarry. I'm actually going to move my quarry to a new location, so I will be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've got my quarry here. I've got all the dimensions set. I set the Y level to 70 with an offset of -35, so it won't mine the level that my builder is at itself. And I want it to void stone. This was suggested by a viewer named Chemicalsbox, or it may be Chemicalsbox, I'm not sure, but either way, thank you for mentioning that to me. Really, I'm just going to void everything. I think except for sand. I like sand. And I'll ore dictionary that as well, and that should be good. And we just put our timer down. Actually, let's go ahead and just remove or set the timer to a 1 tick delay. Because it's voiding stone, we don't have to worry about that. The chest filling up anymore. So look at that. Look at all those ores we're getting. Still don't have any ore processing going, but we'll be fine. And the reason, again, that I would like silk touch on my quarry is because I want my dimensional shards to be silk touched so that I can create my own dimensional shard or dimlet. Because you can actually absorb all, I think it requires 100 dimensional shard ore to absorb, and then you can create your own dimlet that way. So that should be awesome. Fortunately, the builder does not have enough RF per tick to go full speed, so we're gonna have to upgrade this power cell. The next tier power cell is the advanced power cell. And I believe this has an increased RF per tick output. Yeah, look at that, 20,000 RF per tick output. Let's go see this thing in action. Oh my lord. Wow. That is absolutely insane. So that's actually eating through my power. Not even my intergenic generators can keep up with this. Let's go ahead and say for now, let's remove this real quick. I'm gonna make a very useful machine that I'm surprised I haven't made yet. Here is a power relay. This will allow us to control how much RF per tick we put into our builder. So I'm just going to set this right here. So the west side will be output mode, and we'll output, let's say, 7,000 RF per tick. And then on the east side, we'll input the same amount, 7,000 RF per tick. I'm hoping this works. So right now the builder has no energy. Set that down. Awesome. So now we should still be gaining power while still using a lot of RF per tick for the builder. My intergenic generators should be generating around something like 11,000 RF per tick. So let's go and watch this. Let's see how fast it is compared to how it was before. Power's still good, and we're going really fast. That is just great. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I know I promised I'd get the ore processing stuff going, but I really wanted to get that silk quarry out of the way. Did a lot of stuff today that's going to benefit us in a lot of different ways, so all the progress we made today will definitely not be wasted, I assure you. I'd also like to thank all of you who continuously watch my videos for 600 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I know I had a fair share of subscribers before. If you look at my most popular videos, you'll find out why. I'd also like to thank all the mod developers that watch my videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for keeping me busy and giving me something to play and allowing me to entertain people with your creations. I'm genuinely having so much fun doing this, so I really appreciate all of you guys. Hopefully the video wasn't too all over the place for you, and I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully maybe you learned a thing or two, and I'll see you in the next video.